Ellie here. I know, I know it has been a while, but I'm back and I'm here to tell you why I've been gone. For anyone who missed me, I missed you too. I'm back. Grab some tea, grab a snack, let's chat. Alright, so lovelies, where do we even start? So we are in the lovely month of August. Like, how did we get here? August 2024, and I am back with a brand new video. Not only giving you an update on where I've been, but also giving you an update on what I've been working on as well. So I'm going to make sure to upload this video so that you can see it, number one. And number two, let's chat about where I've been. So over the summer, things got a little shaky with posting because initially I kind of got just, I won't call it distracted. I got busy with juggling school. As I've said before, I'm in a doctorate program, which right now I'm in the phase of a lot of like self-initiated stuff, like writing on your own, researching on your own, reading on your own. So it hasn't took up a lot of time as far as classes or assignments or anything, but just getting my mind ready to start this dissertation. Secondly, I've been involved in a fellowship that requires me to write as well. Trying to figure out if I should share my op-eds, but in the fellowship I get to write op-eds on different topics involving racial justice in early childhood. That's kind of like my thing, so that's what I do with that. And I had another fellowship on top of that kind of involves the same thing, but it's a little bit different because it involves STEM. So I say that to say I had a lot of things to be juggled, but also this is a transparent moment, y'all. So the honest truth is, when I don't feel good about myself, I tend to hide. So I'm kind of like a turtle. Like, if I'm not feeling myself, if I'm not feeling my body, if I'm just not feeling what's going on in life, like, I will hide off of social media. And I don't know if, well, I'm sure other people do that, who don't have their livelihood on social media, but that's one of the reasons why I could never commit to like doing content as like my full-time job, because I know like sometimes I just don't want to document everything. Sometimes I don't want to be seen on a public platform. Sometimes it's just easier to hide, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I feel like that's just the way I cope. So as much as I was like recording videos and like not posting them, and I was just like, after a few weeks, I was just like, let me just chill. Let me just come back, to YouTube when I'm ready, because I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. And it's not to say I wasn't feeling sewing or sharing. Well, I really wasn't feeling sewing either. It wasn't that I wasn't feeling sharing with this lovely community. It's hard to make stuff for yourself when you don't feel good about your body, or it's hard to share content when you just don't want to deal with it. So that's just my transparent moment. It was just hard. It was just hard. So I decided to just take an impromptu break, and I am back and I am ready to sew, because during this time as well, I had stopped sewing. And another transparent part of just losing my Xoxo was, you guys are my community, so I can tell you these random personal bits. But we had, like, in Atlanta, it's been raining a lot, so of course when it starts to rain a lot, of course, why not get a leak in the roof? So we had that issue. I had to like relocate my sewing nook. Stuff was everywhere. It just wasn't doable to like sew in a like random place that wasn't a place I was used to sewing in. So that kind of threw me off. And for weeks, I just did not sew because everything was thrown off. So it kind of added to the motivation or lack of motivation to not sew. So that's why I'm happy that, okay, school is starting, even though that really has nothing to do with me because I have a 4-year-old, but school is starting. This is usually when I feel the most productive because of my history as a teacher. This used to be a time of the year when you like get ready to like have a good school year. So for me, I still think back on that time and use it as motivation to finish out the last 4 months of the year strong. So I am going to do that. And the first thing that I am going to start sewing with anyway, is an event piece. So when I say that, I mean like sewing for an event. That means sewing on a deadline, which we know how that can go sometimes, but I'm definitely getting this done. So, as I said, I'm located in Atlanta. I'm originally from Atlanta. And another fun fact about me is I absolutely love my favorite artist. I absolutely love Usher. So, if you have been hiding under a rock, you won't know that getting Usher tickets a while back was like a task. It was like freaking becoming the president. Happy about that too. Team Kamala. But anyways, let's stay on track. But I finally got the tickets to the Usher concert a few months back, and the time is coming. So I am attending the first show of the Usher tour, which is next week. And since I'm going to the Usher show, I gotta show out. So I would love to share with you what I'm making for the concert and just talk to you about the look. Like what is the look I'm giving? Like, so let's hop into that. So before I forget, I do have boho twists. Last time you see me, I just had my natural hair out, I believe, or it was straightened. But yeah, I decided to do my twist because I just needed to give my hair a break. And it's been good to just kind of like wake up and just let it do whatever. And yeah, I like them. So let's move on to the look for the Usher concert. So what pattern will I be using? Before I even go there, I'll tell you about what happened in my brain before we talk about patterns. When I thought about the Usher concert and what I could wear, number one was I need to stand out. Number two was how can I wear something that gives like Usher vibes or unique to Usher, or I don't know, something that's symbolic to the vibe of Usher. And number three, the weather. As I have said, I'm located in Atlanta. It's August. This is kind of an abnormal August or summer because it has rained a ton, more than it usually would. But it's getting back to hot, humid weather, and I feel like next week is just going to be hot and humid. So I have to make sure, as much as I want to pretend it's fall, that I don't wear fall attire. So yeah, just making sure that it's something cool and comfortable as much as it can be. So first place I go when I need inspiration, outside of like going to the store and daydreaming about a look in my head, I love Pinterest for inspiration. So I went on Pinterest and the color red came to mind, not because it's Usher's favorite color, but because Usher just gives sexy. And like the sexiest color is red. I mean, you can say black. I guess black and red rival, but red is like sexy. So I was like, you know what? I want to do red. I want to do all red. So I thought to myself, like, do I want to do a dress? I don't know. Do I want to do like a romper? Maybe. And then I landed on a jumpsuit. So I will show here some of the inspirations that I saw for a red jumpsuit look. And as you can see, it was like different styles. And I was thinking about which would be more, I don't know if practical is the word. I guess more practical for the concert or whatever. Like, I knew I didn't want to do sleeves as much as I love sleeves. Like, I love long sleeves, don't get me wrong. I love bell sleeves. I love fluffy sleeves and ruffly sleeves, but I just didn't want to deal with all that. So I was just like, maybe no sleeves or whatever. So thought about a jumpsuit, no long sleeves, making sure that the pants were long. And I came to, and after I finalized this looking, and you know, this look on my Pinterest board, as well as like a mixture of like my daydreams of the look I thought, you know, I was thinking, I looked at my pattern catalog. I guess that's what you could call it. I looked at my pattern catalog and came across Mimi G. So I keep all of Mimi G's patterns in the same section within my binder or whatever. And like, since I'm trying to get sexy for this concert, Mimi G is like, it's like the number one pattern styles that you're gonna give sexy. Most of these, most of the bit four patterns are practicality, cutesy, you know, but Mimi G is gonna give like nighttime wear. I guess that's what I'm saying. So I came across this one and I was like, I forgot about this. So this is Simplicity. Let's just take it out the plastic. Simplicity 9330. And it is a jumpsuit and dress. A strapless jumpsuit and mini dress. As you can see, I will probably just show the picture up there so you can see it better. But yeah, I instantly was like, yeah, that might be the look. So once I find the pattern, I go on Instagram to see how it looks in real life on real people. And it's just a few people that have made it outside of Mimi G. I saw a different version that she had posted. I saw maybe like 3 or 4 people that had made it and it looked good. It really depends on fit though. That's what I noticed, because some people made it a little bit loose and it was giving like perfect like Sunday church, you know, outfit, and others made it more fitted and it gave like night out. So I really gotta make sure that the fit is right for it to give the look that I want. And I'm going to need, for 60 inches, which I mainly have 60-inch fabric for like a pattern like this, it would be for the biggest size, which would be a 24, it would be require 2 yards and 7/8, which is not bad for a jumpsuit. So yeah, I have already cut it out. I won't pick it up because I don't want to mess it up, but I initially cut this out, in all transparency, I cut this out in an Ankara fabric because I wanted to have that same look that's on the pattern cover. But the Ankara fabric I used was, the print was just, I don't know, it was just too cutesy. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it was giving like spring, very colorful, and I thought it was going to look good, but I was just like, no, I want to kind of be sleek and sexy, like have a more more polished look, if that makes sense. So yeah, for the first time in a minute, I'm using a solid fabric. Can you believe that? That doesn't happen often. Most of my fabrics are prints. So I'm using a solid red fabric. It is a true red. It's not burgundy. It's not orangey, like brick red. It's like red. And I will be adding, this is going to be so cute, you guys. Just look at this. Okay. So not only am I using this particular pattern with the red fabric, but I'm adding these pom-poms. So I wanted to have a little oomph to it. So what I'm going to do is add these pom-poms to the top of the, would that be considered the neckline? I guess the neckline, the top of the strapless bodice, if that makes sense. So I am going to add the pom-poms so they're kind of like within the seam. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're just gonna see it. Just go with me. You'll see what I'm talking about. But yes, so I'm going to add these within the seam of that sweetheart neckline bodice, top of the bodice. And I just think it's gonna be so cute. The only thing I'm afraid of is this is my first time using this stuff. So let's talk about boning. So I was initially looking for a pattern that was just going to be easy, so that way I don't have to be sewing like the morning of. Yeah, because I tend to do that with stuff, with events. But yeah, I was just, when I saw it, was like, it's gonna take boning. It's gonna take a little bit longer than I wanted to. I wanted to be simple, but I still wanted to be a look. So I thought about it. I looked up the sew along on YouTube. The first thing I do with Mimi G patterns, quite honestly, with their sew alongs, is I look at how long the sew along is. Because when I tell you, it was a pattern. I will put it right here. I'll make sure. It was a pattern that I sewed last year. And the sew along was like an hour and a half. And that should have told me, like, this is going to take forever, right? No, I was ambitious. And yeah, 100 hours later, it was done. But I do not want to do that with this pattern. So the sew along is only like 25 minutes. I was like, okay, this might be a good thing. I know she like tends to like let you do certain steps on your own, and it doesn't account for certain things, but that's better than an hour and a half so long I did last time. So we're just gonna hope for the best. As I said, I have already cut the fabric out. I'll be starting it today. The hardest part is going to be the bodice. I won't even put out in the atmosphere that it's going to be the hardest part. The longest part will be the bodice for sure. So if I can get through the bodice, I know once that's done, just put on the pants and it'll be done. Yeah, so that's where we are. We're doing a red. Let's see if I can get a little piece out so you can see the shade of red, if that matters to you. So we are doing a red. See how red it is? Okay, so we are doing a red jumpsuit with the red pom-poms. And I might go overboard with these. Of course, I'm going to do it on like the strapless neckline. But if I feel like let's just go all the way out, I'm going to do it on the hem of the pants too. So cute, right? Okay, so wish me luck. I would love it if you guys could share if you have any experience with boning. What should I consider? What do I need to be thinking about? Any tips? Just help me out. Help me out, because I am intimidated to use boning. I have literally made things in the past that required boning, and because of just having the bust size I got away with it. Now I need the boning, so this time I can't get out of it. I have to figure it out. So if you have any tips, if you have any just support, send it my way so I can get this done and you can see lovely pictures and videos of it. And of course, I will come back and tell you how this Usher concert was. I'm so excited. I feel like my 12-year-old dreams are coming true. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. So since we're doing like, what am I working on Wednesday in true Xoxo J fashion, I decided to add this to the video. This is a dress I made for a wedding that I attended, but I didn't end up wearing it. Only reason why is, that's a loose thread, but the only reason why is I did not have time to add the button, and there are pockets on the front of this dress that I have to add, and a belt, and I just didn't want to rush that. But as you can see, it's coming out really pretty. It's not done just yet, but it's pretty much done. I just have to add the button, add the pockets, and add the belt, and it will be done. Isn't it so cute? Yeah, I decided to add that. So credit to Xoxo J. Let's just turn this into what I'm working on Wednesday. Yeah, and I promise I am back. I thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for waiting on me if you were, and I am sorry. It's just when life gets to life, and it's just hard. It's just hard to do this, you know, but it's kind of like, it's really I guess you could call it a stress reliever. It's really fun. I would say it's just fun to make these videos and get to show my mates, because for so long I didn't know this community existed, and I was just sewing, and I was kind of in my own bubble of sharing my stuff with people who didn't sew. So I want to make sure I take advantage of staying within the community and just being consistent and pushing through. So I hope you are having a lovely August. If you have any kids or grandkids that are going to school, I hope they have an amazing school year. As I said, I was a teacher, so I know they will. Yeah, it has been a year. If you're into politics, let's talk. As I said, I am part of the K-Hive. A lot is on the line. If you have not already, wherever you align on political views, please do yourself the advantage of reading about Project 2025. It will change your perspective if it hasn't already. It will help you to clearly see what is at stake. As far as the rights that we have always had. For example, for me, I'm in my 30s, and the rights that I was born into, some of those rights are going to be gone next year if we do not make a very responsible decision. So yeah, until next time.